Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenore and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Scorpio. So if your solar, lunar, ascendant slash rising placement is in Scorpio, or if Scorpio is in any of those positions, I should say, and my cat is growling at me. Any of those positions, this is a message for you. Okay. Sorry. I'm going to go ahead and apologize right off the bat. My cat is lingering here on the side, and she's probably going to be walking into frame and trying to get me to pet her. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. We're going to turn the cup 3 times counterclockwise and tap it 3 times. So then I'm going to lift and see what the leaves have for us. Okay. And my cat's name is Titi. Yeah, she's causing a little mischief today. And she wants my pointer. Let's see. I was going to say also, if this is your first video that you're watching with me, thank you so much for clicking on the video. And if you are returning, thank you so much for watching some of my videos and coming back and watching this one. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment. I want to hear what you think of the videos. Are they resonating with you? Are these messages being received well? Okay, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to ignore this cat here. She really wants to read this cup for you. Okay. So, this one's a really nice formation. There's this real dense one right here. And let's see, immediately. Okay, so immediately I'm seeing this figure here. It's a humanoid figure. It's leg, back leg, kind of foot here. It looks like it's pointing, right? And it looks like it's kind of pointing to this this dense formation over here. And I'm looking at it, and you know what it's really reading to me as is the goddess Circe, who is the goddess of, she's the enchantress, the goddess of witchcraft, illusion, I think necromancy, and just generally a really badass lady. And the reason I think that this coincides with her is this figure here looks like a hog, almost less of a pig, but more of like a wild boar. Okay, which is interesting because I've been seeing so many like random synchronicities about wild boars lately. I've seen some posts online. I saw a show, a very popular show, had an episode about having a farm and a boar, and anyways, that being attacked by one even. And so anyways, she is the patron of these I think animals in general, but especially these wild hogs, boars, pigs. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and say this is a really just big part of this reading here. So why is the goddess of magic, enchanting, and illusion so prominent in your cup today, Scorpio? What's going on with you? Usually I would say because she is in this middle area, this would be about you. This would be you. You would be this figure, but I don't know. I think this is almost more of uh, this archetype is very active in your life right now in the situation that's going on for you. Okay, so are you enchanting somebody or are you being enchanted? I'm really interested to find out what is going on in that way. Are you feeling that you're living in kind of an illusion? Are you becoming a bit disillusioned? Is the illusion falling away? I'm interested because this figure of Circe is facing towards the left. So I would say that is a past event. So I wonder if this sense of magical illusionment is slipping away a little bit. Are you coming back down to earth, so to speak? Let's see. Let's turn it. Let's see if we can see anything else in those formations that is of any relevance. I'm trying to see what this looks like when it's, and this little piece just fell right in there. It looks like a reclining figure. It looks like an animal with like a reclining person on it. And I'm getting this like, when I'm getting this phrase in my head, like being worked like a dog almost, like backbreaking, kind of, I feel like you have been really overworked. Okay, and I think it's been intentional in a way. I almost feel like somebody has been kind of taking advantage of you. And it really has been literally like backbreaking work, like physical work. I think probably very emotional as well. But I think it's really starting to take its toll on you. And I think this maybe is part of that disillusionment for you. I think that you are getting to a point where you're starting to really resent, but also you just are starting to take up for yourself a little bit more. I think that, and I see this figure over here. It reminds me of a woman with her hair flowing and she's kind of pointing up here. And I think that what she's pointing at is in this realm of the metaphysical, higher thinking, spiritual. I think that you really have some spiritual entities, maybe ancestors, elders, somebody beyond the physical realm is really like in your ear. And if you look over here, I'm seeing the same kind of figure. It's a little bit different. And let me see if I can get this to be a little clear. Let's start with this one. Okay, so they're pointing this way. Now this one is also pointing and it has the hair kind of flowing. It has its arm pointing, same direction, and kind of like it's almost flying this way. I really think that they're imploring you to look back. There's something in the past that you need to go back and look at, examine. I think that there are some answers to, maybe your path out of this position. I think that something has gone on. Maybe you have entered a relationship, or your relationship that you have had has entered a phase where the person that you are with, or the person that you have been dating or whatever, maybe it's a spouse, they've really been starting to take advantage of your hard work. They're taking advantage of your willingness to take on a lot of, the more difficult physical parts of maybe your domestic life. I really see that there is just this overwhelming sense of just you're really You know, you're becoming very disillusioned in this relationship. I think that you are very much being ruled by this enchantress type energy in this first part of your relationship. I think, and I'm seeing a little lamb here. I think you're it seems to me that you're pretty mild-tempered. You're almost maybe a little bit meek at times. You don't necessarily always like conflict. And I think that you really just have avoided engaging negatively with this person, but you're really starting to just not be able to abide it anymore. And I'm glad for you. I'm glad that you're getting to a point where you're just not going to put up with that anymore, because it seems that you just are not very happy with the way things are going. And I see there have been clusters of periods lately where, and here comes my other cat, clusters of periods of communication with and I think that it really must be somebody that's looking over you, like a guardian angel, or somebody, a loved one who has passed on already, and they've really tried to reach you. And I see this progression here. It's really gone through, it looks like they've really tried to reach you in the physical, maybe through little signs that you were like, I don't know if this is a sign or not. It might be a coincidence, but also in possibly your dreams, visions. You've had some maybe daydreams. You just really have felt like you've been thinking about this person, thinking about things they've probably said to you when they were alive or in your dream world. And I think there's just this really apparent sense of, you know, you got to get out of this dynamic, okay? And I don't know if that means that you need to get out of the relationship altogether, or if you need to really put your foot down and communicate that whatever is going on is not okay with you right now, that you're not happy with the amount of stress that's been put on you, and responsibility needs to be more equally distributed in the house or within this relationship, okay? And I'm seeing right here, this looks like probably somebody with long hair, and it looks like they're almost riding on, I get the impression of like a motorcycle, but it kind of looks like an animal as well. And I think that it's just this is a symbol of breaking free. I think in sharing how you feel and your unwillingness to continue to live this way, you're going to find a lot of personal freedom. And finally just speaking your truth and speaking on, you know, and advocating for yourself, okay? I think that's the biggest thing, is that you feel out of control of yourself in your life because you're not advocating for yourself and you're not communicating clearly how you're feeling. And I want to say that this person is doing this innocently. You know, you always hope that if somebody's you're in a relationship with somebody and they're really not holding up their side of things, that it's, you know, maybe they're depressed, maybe they're busy with something that's taking up their time and energy, maybe they're not feeling good, whatever it is, you hope that it is not something like they've formulated. They haven't tried to get into this position with you. But unfortunately, I kind of feel like this is kind of the nature of this person. I think that they really are possibly the kind of person that just relies on other people to do everything for them. And I think if you really kind of examine their relationships with other people, namely their relationship with their parents and family, it probably will become more apparent to you that they kind of spin these yarns for people to get them to take care of them. And I think that they kind of have this weaponized victim kind of air to them a little bit. And some of that might be valid, okay? But I think they take it to an extreme and expect you to take on more than you should, to be honest with you. Okay, and I think that definitely, I think that maybe communicating will help with this relationship. It's going to take some work, and they're going to have to be willing to change, okay? I think you're very willing to change, and I think that even just in talking about this openly with them and with others, be that your own family and friends or maybe a therapist or counselor, you're really going to find sources of self-power in doing that. And that's really important for you, Scorpio. I think you really can't get past this situation unless you're going to work on your confidence and finding your voice, okay? And I think this person's just going to keep relying on you and, trying to get you into a position of doing the things for them. And probably really, playing on your good nature. And this is a really busy saucer here. Let's see. Let's see what this says. I think that once this happens, I'm seeing this V. In another reading recently, I had a V, and I really think this is going to be a victory for you. Okay? And if that means that the relationship gets better or you leave the relationship, I'm not sure. But I think the victory is going to be in finding that voice and finding that confidence in yourself. Okay? And really just adding to your self-worth and having a better, having more of a hand in your own path, your own construction of your own life. And that's so important. You have an image of what you want in life. And I think that just based on looking at this cup and this saucer, I'm seeing that you are a very capable person. Okay? I think you just fell in with somebody who has preyed on your hard work and your good nature, okay? But I think once that dynamic has shifted, you'll totally be able to focus on manifesting the life that you want, that you really want. Not what somebody's telling you want or, kind of manipulating you into thinking that you want. I think that you just are a very, very dynamic and a very productive person, capable, intelligent, clever, all so beautiful, a lot of good things. You have a lot of stuff going on, good things going on for you. And I think it's just about configuring your life in such a way that you're going to start manifesting your life's vision, your goals, okay? The small goals and the long-term goals. And I think it's just, I think sometimes we just find these people in our lives, right? And they just talk to us in a certain way that really they are able to dig into us, okay? And we believe. It's almost like our own self-talk, but it's coming from somebody else, and they just have their own game going on. They have their own life vision, okay? And they're going to tap into your resources to get there, okay? And so, and there's nothing to be ashamed of in that, because I think that happens to a lot of us, Okay. I have been through something like that for sure. Okay. And, oh my God, she's trying to point at things with her tail. And there's no shame in it. Okay. But you know, you can't live like that forever. You can't let somebody, and I'm seeing this little shovel here. I'm trying to think as I'm talking, what does this mean? And I think it's just really, it really is like, it's like a warning. I get this feeling that this is a warning. Like, you cannot bury this. If you want to get to this victorious point, you have to excavate. You have to get rid of the things that are not working for you. You cannot bury the truth of things. You can't put your head in the sand. You cannot ignore it. It's not going to get better by just seeing how it goes. Let's wait and see. You know, maybe it'll get better. No, it's not going to. Okay, this is something that you're going to have to, and I'm not saying be impulsive and fly off the handle or anything like that, but I think that you know this person is doing this to you, and that you have to really sit down and ponder, what are your next moves going to be? How am I going to talk to this person? What exactly am I feeling? Like, be very clear with yourself. Even get a piece of paper, write down some bullet points, okay? Journal it. Whatever you need to do. Think about write a monologue or whatever it is that works for you. Get prepared for some pushback. Get prepared for being gaslighted a bit, okay? And this person seems like they are a master of trying to, spin that wand around you and get you all enchanted again, thinking that you're in the wrong, or you are thinking things that aren't really happening or whatever. But I think it's going to be so important for you. You're not going to get to where you want to go unless you really face this head on. But be prepared. Don't be impulsive about it. Take your time. Get your head straight. And I think that's in your nature anyways. I think that you are, you're a deep thinker and level-headed. And so I don't think that you're going to be, going to war with this person or anything. I think that you will be, an adult about this, be rational. And I don't know how they're going to react, but if they are anything like what I'm seeing as far as a manipulator and such, just get ready to have to really stand firm in your understanding of the situation and the things that you want and need, okay? And set some firm boundaries. That's really important, to keep boundaries with people like this. Keep boundaries with everybody. We all need to be to honor ourselves and have good boundaries, but especially with people who will just jump right over those boundaries like they're, hurdle jumpers or whatever. But, stay firm, okay, and stay safe. That's the other thing. People like this, you don't know how they're going to react, okay? And sometimes when they get cornered, people like this can be volatile. So the other thing I want to mention is make sure that make sure that you communicate what's going on with people you trust in your life, okay? And they have your back. And, your safety is the most important thing, okay? And so, and just, coming from the perspective of an older woman who's seen and been through a lot of different things in life, and unfortunately witnessed a lot of scary situations other people have gone through and whatnot. Always the most important thing is to be safe about these things. And the kind of person you're going to be dealing with, so make sure that you have support from your friends and family, and safe people in your life that know what's going on, okay? And you know, other than that, I just, I hope that the situation gets resolved and, you know, you just, you know, nobody deserves to be used by anybody, like, at all. And I'm not laughing because it's funny. It's an uncomfortable thing to talk about, really, you know, but it needs to be talked about. And we need to lose any kind of, what's the word? I can't even think. I'm a bit sick. I'm a little bit sick. My brain's a little bit mucusy right now. Sorry, TMI. But having trouble thinking. What is the word? Well, anyways, basically we just need to make things more open and talked about, so, you know, people don't feel ashamed of the situations they're in, and we can all help one another get to safe places, happy places, you know, the places that we want to be in. Okay, all right, well, that's going to be the message for Scorpio today. I'm sorry it wasn't a happier one, but you know what? I think that happier days are ahead, okay? And please come back in about 10, 12 days. Look for your next Scorpio. In the meantime, look for the videos that correspond with your other placements, your sun, moon, rising / ascending sign, and check those out. See if those messages resonate with you. If you would please like, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what you're thinking. Let me know how these are resonating, these messages are being received. How are you doing? You know, just whatever's on your mind. I'd love to hear from you. Okay, this is Ula Tea Leaf Readings, and my name is Lenore. Thank you so much for coming here tonight and watching this video.